All right. Next up, we've got reviews.
Okay. Who wants to go first? Should I go first?
Um, so
Go ahead.
do you?
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Ladies first.
yeah.
No, go on.
What I was gonna say was
Mm-hmm.
because you're the only one who's watched Black is King.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm assuming you watched The Umbrella Academy, right? Isha.
You, Kieran. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I watched the Red Cabra.
I
Yeah,
watched
yeah,
episode 1.
Okay, and we all watched Transformers, did we? Or
I got 2 more to watch.
okay.
I'm finished. Yeah, I'm finished. Yeah, I was gonna finish it. I finished it. So yeah.
All right.
So we just have a model of everything.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I can go first on Transformers then.
Yeah. Go first and Transformers. It's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
It was sick. I liked it.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was sick. Jeez, it was. It kind of. Yeah, it's kind of. It's not the cartoon. It's not the '80s cartoon. It's a lot more violent than that. If they were humanoids, there would be a lot of blood. The story was pretty good, and actually, like Megatron's reasoning was actually pretty dope as well. So it is one of those where you're like, you take it from the bad guy's side, and you're like, actually, he's got a point there. He's got a point.
I feel like it's one of those situations. Now, bear in mind, I got 2 episodes to watch, but what's that one Transformer that ended up being that one Decepticon who ended up being left behind, and he was running with the Autobots for a while.
I'm really crap with names.
The little yellow and purple one, him.
Yeah.
When he was saying to Prime, yeah, you would say that, but we were the ones who were in the mines while you were doing all the lavish and luxury shit. And I was just like,
yeah.
All these years, I've been pro Autobot. I should have been like a Decepticon.
Yeah, exactly. It's mad.
And it just made me think, I might have to switch allegiances.
Oh dear.
Because I was kind of like, ain't that us though?
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those classic. Are you part of Malcolm X? Are you part of Martin Luther King?
Yeah.
Which one are you doing? Which one?
I'm gonna preserve my allegiances until I've seen the last 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Impactor.
I've always been a Prime fan. Sorry?
Impactor.
Yes, Impactor. Sorry, Rich, you were saying. I don't mean to take off your...
No, I was just saying Impactor.
No, I was just saying your review. I don't want to take it over. I feel like I just kind of...
No, I mean we've all seen it, so it's I don't mind us all talking about it. But yeah, it was dark. Sean saying Megatron was actually a compelling character. The whole setting felt seriously Soviet. Yeah, it did. One thing I would say, I wish there was. I wish we actually saw that change, because that's one thing that I've always wanted to see in Transformers, when they're all living. I think there was 1 or 2 episodes back in the days where you do see them before they're actually Decepticons and Autobots. But I wish it was kind of like more of like just before they switch and made their allegiance and that. But saying that, yeah, it was still good. It was still dark. It was good to see, just before they crashed to Earth. And we don't even know if that is just before they crashed to Earth. I don't think it will be, because
that could easily be when they went back.
Sorry?
Could easily be when they went back.
No. It is before.
Oh,
it is before they crashed to Earth. Actually, it might be a bit of a spoiler, but basically, what happens at the end, it makes you think that they're on or they're going to Earth. But I think it's because it's free. It's going to be a trilogy, so I think we're going to have the trilogy in or around Cybertron rather than on Earth, which I'm all for, man. I don't want to see no humans in these Transformers.
I honestly don't want to see any humans in the show. I'm so done with it. Just on what you said earlier. What did you say earlier? Lost the train of thought.
About it being
Go on. No, about it being what?
About it being dark or the before.
The Soviet thing.
That's what Sean was saying.
And then you went on.
Shit.
Anyway, I was just saying what a different thought. One thing I liked about it. Oh, sorry, yeah, about seeing them before the wreckage and before the war. Mm-hmm. So like, there was definitely an episode because I used to watch Transformers back in the day. I had mad toys. I think Rich, you got me to Transformers. And I remember this one episode because my mum used to buy them for me on VHS. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And
good old VHS.
Yeah.
There was this one episode where I think he was explaining to Spike or whatever the origin of like how the Transformers were made. About Cybertron, and I thought this is sick. So there's definitely an episode out there like that. And I was thinking it would be nice if this show at least does some sort of flashback,
touches on it,
like just touches on it instead of just alluding to it. The other thing I liked is that although I love the old 80s one, and there was like a 2000s one that came out that used to be on Toonami that I used to dip in and out of. I remember that one would have Rodimus Prime and Optimus Prime as like two different factions of Autobots. But anyway, what I like about this one is that it doesn't feel as Saturday morning cartoonish.
Yeah.
Like it's got no ending. You can see this one is going somewhere. They got beats that they want to hit and they're gonna hit them. That's what I like. And obviously not a human in sight.
One thing I didn't like. Sorry to cut you off. Was Soundwave. I didn't like his because Soundwave is one of his voice. He's one of my favorite Transformers, and it was just like it wasn't.
Didn't have the same kind of authority that it usually does.
That's it. That's exactly it.
It was the same, wasn't it?
What's that?
Starscream was the same, wasn't it?
No, I don't think any of them are the same characters.
Really? Starscream
he's
was
good. Yeah, he was really good. But yeah, I don't think even Optimus Prime isn't the same.
Now he sounds. Optimus Prime definitely sounds different. I was like, okay.
And that female Transformers that he's supposedly banging. or whatever they do.
He's oil slanging.
Yeah, they're exchanging transmission fluid.
They're exchanging parts. I'm done. Oh, hilarious.
Yeah, she was annoying.
My mind was weird. My mind went weird when I saw them two together. It went so weird. I was like, how did they do it? Oh my days! Seriously.
Yeah.
Oh,
someone's gonna make that.
That might be the title of the show. Get yourself an oil change.
I'm gonna say. When you said about Soundwave.
Yeah.
Every time I think of him, I always think of where Megatron's like, "Don't leave me, Soundwave," when he's like, "Command, Megatron."
Yeah, he's got like a real like bass, like kind of elder voice, kind of like Soundwave. So like, in this it's just like,
even though they modified all their voices to sound robotic, he was the one who sounded most like a robot. His delivery, the tone, the speed in which he spoke.
Yeah,
he was the one who sounded most like a robot, and I really loved that.
He had
Soundwave just different.
He had like a little like husk in the voice as well.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Yeah.
So
it was the one thing obviously I love about the Transformers is the fact that it's for the grown adult.
Yeah.
Like this version is definitely for the grown adult, and I'm just appreciative of that. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like you've been saying, it's like no humans.
Yeah.
It's violent. It's just authentic to what the Transformers would be on, like not on Earth, and just doing their thing, which is good. So I just hope that they keep it honest and
same.
You know.
I think I've always liked Transformers, and every time they release a cartoon, I try to get into it, but it's like,
I can't.
Do you know what? And like, go on.
Sorry, go on. Carry on. Sorry.
I was gonna say none of them has really grabbed me the way the ones from the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Basically, the ones before the movie and slightly after the movie, but then when they just went and did their own thing, none of those other ones really.
Like, they did Beast Wars and Beast Wars wasn't too bad, but Beast Wars was like Beast Wars was like a supplementary kind of it's like
Tesco value.
Yeah, it's like you went to the restaurant to get something specific. Like, I
And they
went
didn't
to the
have it.
Caribbeans to get some oxtail, but you know what? Oxtail ran out, so
Yeah, that's
you gotta get
it.
something
You only
else.
got a patty. You
Or
know?
you got oxtail. I like my oxtail with white rice, for instance. But you might like your oxtail with rice and peas. But you go
There you
there
go.
and they've got no more rice and peas, or they got no more rice. It's like,
They ain't got no rice, period.
Yeah.
and the thing
You can have
is,
your oxtail with some soup.
yeah. But the thing is, that's the point. It's like it's still a continuation from the Generation One Transformers.
Yeah, that one.
So
That one was canon to that story.
yeah, so you still got your meal, but it wasn't exactly what you wanted.
Yeah.
But then all these other ones were like, you know what? For some reason that Caribbean shop is closed. You gotta go for something else, man. That whole shop's closed. You can't get anything that you want.
Can't get nothing.
No,
Go to Burger King. Like
that's it. And all these.
that's the best analogy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That was great.
Because all these reboots and like they had like yeah, it's for the little kids now and whatnot, but yeah, no, we want that Generation One back, and this gave us our Generation One back in a certain type of way.
Yeah,
Got
definitely.
this hot rod him a few years ago. I can't remember how to transform him.
Mate,
So he's just stuck in transformation limbo right now.
Oh,
yeah.
bless.
Mate, I can't collect them, man. Yeah, I'm
That's
already
too much. It's way too much.
Way too much.
Shout out to Sean, by the way, but this isn't like the ones he's got. This isn't like those good ones. This is just like a cheap kind of toy that I saw in the shop one day, and I was like, hot rod. I've always wanted a hot rod, so I just bought it. Hot rod was always my favorite next to Prime.
Yeah, I didn't mind. I preferred Hot Rod rather than Rodimus Prime, man.
Yeah, I had no. Do you know what? Yeah. So remember
Small
in the
tangent.
movie, little tangent. Remember in the movie,
Yeah.
because the series after the movie completely shits on the movie,
Yeah.
and here's why. So in the movie, Optimus Prime dies. Spoiler. he gets killed by Megatron, which was actually Hot Rod's fault.
Yeah.
Why did I buy you? You're the reason Prime is dead. Anyway.
Don't dash him on the wall.
And I'm joking. And what am I talking to my toys for? Jimmy. All right, sorry.
Because you're a geek, we understand you. Go ahead.
Optimus Prime dies, and he gives the matrix of leadership to Hot Rod. Yeah, and he says, and he learns this shit will light up your darkest hour.
He gave it to Ultra Magnus.
Sorry. He gave it to Ultra Magnus. My bad.
And
he gives it to Ultra Magnus, and he says this will light up our darkest hour.
Yeah.
So then Magnus is trying to open it. He's like, Prime said this. He can open it.
He wasn't even holding it right either.
Like, why didn't Prime show me how to do this, man?
Yeah.
Anyway, so then Hot Rod gets hold of it, and then he digivolves or evolves.
Man said digivolves, yeah, go on.
He digivolves in. Yeah, he's a rogue. He digivolves into. If you watch Digimon, you get it.
Yeah.
Digivolves into
I love
into Rodimus Prime. And then he's the new leader of the Transformers. Cool. Now, I remember at the end of the movie, they said, don't worry, Optimus Prime will return. And I got excited. Then the cartoon comes, I'm watching it. Before Optimus Prime comes back, there's this episode where the Autobots are in like slightly more trouble than usual.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What did they do? Which was fan service, but I felt like it's shit on the movie. What did they do? They had this moment where he had to use the Matrix again to light up their darkest hour. And I'm like... It was just like a one-time deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll never forget that episode.
Yeah.
I was like, ugh. I think I stopped watching it after that, to be honest. I was like, nah, I can't do it.
No,
to lie, I watched it up until Optimus Prime came back.
Yeah.
But it was just too...
He came back as a zombie as well once, didn't it?
Yeah, he came back as a zombie first.
Yeah.
And then he came back as like a live Optimus Prime. Ratings for remembering that, by the way. I was going to bring that up, and the ratings for remembering that. But afterwards, it was kind of transitioning into the 90s. And then, obviously, I love the 90s, but this cartoon was an 80s cartoon.
Yeah.
And it was better in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to do it, and they did the whole reboot. So it was like okay.
No, this was sick. It was sick.
This was a good show.
Yeah. The only thing is, like, it kind of happens to me. It's like, again with Umbrella Academy, when something's so sick, you binge it, and then you're like, so this came out today. I've just binged it all in one day. And now I've got to wait at least another 365 days before I can watch episodes season 2.
When you asked if you lot have watched Umbrella Academy, I'm like, I'm gonna watch an episode. Look, I'm gonna watch an episode tonight. No. He's just like, no man, I haven't finished it. Richard's like, I binged it on
done.
Why would you do that?
I did it.
Why?
Do you know what happened? Like, I watched episode 1 the night before. I had it on, and then I fell asleep in the middle. And then the next day, I just had it on, and it was just on and on and on, and I was just like, "This is actually pretty dope, man. This is pretty sick." So
I can't. I'm gonna be honest, okay? I'm working on the self-control thing when it comes to TV shows because I watched the first episode and I'm like, "Alright, cool. I'm just gonna see the terrain." And then I'm invested, and I'm like, "Well, I don't know how to finish it."
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's like reading a book.
Yeah.
I can't put the book down. That's how I've been. When I used to read books, like hardcore books, especially like James Patterson, I used to read all his books. If you see, like I've got his entire collection. I used to sit there and I'm reading. I'm not putting the book down until the book's finished. Yeah, until the book is, or unless I can't hold my eyes open any longer. I'm like, so it's just the same for TV shows. I can't. I'm sorry. It's just I need to know how it ends. I need closure.
I'm guessing that we've just transitioned into the review of Umbrella Academy.
Yes, we have. It's a good segue.
All right. Well, I've only watched episode 1, so let's not go into spoilers. But I thought episode 1 was, as in, we can spoil episode 1.
I can't even remember, like.
Yeah.
I was just, do you know, I had a feeling that you wouldn't even remember. I was like, I'm thinking, should I suggest to Richard to watch it again?
You should have suggested it to me, because I would have watched I definitely would have watched episode 1 again. It was sick. Like Sean saying, number 5 is MVP. Number 5 is sick.
Number 5 is boss level.
Yeah.
Like,
but did we knew from season 1?
Yeah.
That kid.
Yeah.
Of the crew.
Do you know what I was thinking while watching it as well? Like I was feeling upset because I knew this kid by the next season or the season after, this kid is gonna shoot up and he's not gonna be a kid
That's
no more.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
And I was I
had it before.
Yeah. He's dope, man.
Yeah.
When they showed the trailer, when the trailer came out a couple of weeks ago, I was like, oh yeah, number 5's a kid, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, how long are they going to be able to do that for?
Yeah. But even for this, like he's obviously he would have grown because I don't know how old the actor actually is.
He's 16 now, I think. I heard today.
Is he 16?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but like if he's 16, he would have shot up because that's I feel like growth spurts at that time. So it's like they can CG his body and then just have his face because I mean they'll probably. Yeah, they've done that loads of time with people, and you know what I mean, where they could just like
bodies now, right?
Yeah, CG the body and then just put his face on top, so they don't have to do any kind of mapping, bad CGing on his face and all that shit. So that can be done, but it's just like he's such a great actor.
Yeah,
I'm just happy to watch him. Like,
I want to talk about a scene that I liked is when he came for Diego. He went to go see Diego at the institution, and like. He basically just like screws him over, basically.
Yeah.
He said, hey, guards, my brother's planning an escape. He said, what are you doing? It's like, I'll come back for you later. But in the meantime,
take it out.
He's dope, man. He's dope.
No.
And the beginning where it's all right. Like such and such ends up in 1960. Then you are in 61. You're in 62, and the rest of you in the rest of you in 63. But then when number 5 shows up.
Yeah.
When it's number 5's turn to show up, and they all met up.
Yeah.
There's just body in the Soviet Union. I'm like, sick.
Dope.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, okay, at least they're not dragging it out. At least they're together already. And
they
I'm
get
like,
to
no,
the point.
there's an apocalypse. I'm like, what? Oh, this
it was dope, man.
Yeah. When you watch the rest of the episodes, it gets so much better.
Yeah.
And like the end, all I'll say is the introduction of certain characters and like how they, before it was kind of like the comics, but not as such. But now it's like properly like the comics. So you have characters who are in there, and again, number 5 is just great. But then like Diego's like little friend in the institution, she's banging as well.
Sick.
And
I thought her accent would actually get annoying, but because when I first heard her, I was like, oh no, because for me, I don't know, English in American films sometimes is off-putting, but
it can be great.
But she was actually good, man. She is actually good, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, wait, which one? Is she English for real life or is she faking it?
No, she's English. I think she's a British actor.
Okay,
yeah.
I've never seen her before.
One thing I've noticed, and I'm sure American directors get English people to do this all the time. Whenever I see English people in American shows, it's like they have to put on this fake English accent.
Yeah.
Something.
And I'm like, I'm gonna go to Friends. I wish I never grew up watching Friends after I discovered some things. But anyway, when Emily came into it, Rusty's girlfriend from England, I was like, well, people don't speak like that. I'm growing up on the block. I'm on Aylesbury, so I'm like, people don't speak like. But then, do you guys remember the show One on One? Dope show with Flex and Kyla Pratt.
Yes.
Right. So Floetry, who are from Streatham, around the way, were in an episode, and they poked their heads out of the limo and they said hello to like Brianna and them, and they had like these weird, ooh, hello, ooh, we're Floetry. I'm like, what you
Yeah.
And that's what I learned. That is when I learned that American directors get English people to fake English accents.
Yeah, that's.
If I was an actor, like you're not getting me to do that shit.
They make you do like a heightened level of like RP, which is the royal pronunciation or whatever. Like it's just like an upper class. You know, we all talk like the Queen.
Yeah. It's bullshit. They should say no, man. I'm trying to be me. I don't talk like that. I'm off the end.
Yeah, but you know, Americans aren't hip to knowing that there are different, dialects of English language.
For those of you who are from the US, from the USA, this is how we speak, or at least us from South London anyway, and Isha from East.
I'm East. East fam. Slackney. Crackney, mate. Crackney, mate.
Real for real.
One thing I would say actually that I've heard is that people were going on about, because the guy who plays number 5, his name's Eden Gallagher, and a lot of people are suggesting that he would be a good Damian Wayne. What do you guys think about that?
Hang on a sec. Hang on. I need to do this for emphasis.
Okay.
He might be a bit older, like he's 16 now, so, but
basically, you know, I can't do it, but I agree with that.
Yeah.
You know, if they got him younger, I would have worked with that.
Yeah.
He would have been a good number 5. Damian Wayne.
Yeah, definitely.
But the joke is, he's obviously he's young, but he has like a baby face.
Yeah.
As a young person, anyway. So I think that's gonna work in his advantage. So he probably could pull it off. Like,
by the time Warner Brothers clocks onto that, he'll be 20. I won't want to see it. So we missed out.
Yeah, definitely.
That would have been good. No, it's too late.
Yeah. Oh,
man.
Man.
If they had got him when he was, say, 11, 12. Hang on, how old was he when he came in?
He's probably like
he was 10.
15, 14.
Damian Wayne was 10 when he came into it.
Okay.
Then I've got the comic where he actually had a birthday. It was when they did DC Rebirth, and then he was
and they went to that Batburger place.
Yeah.
And
then he had a birthday.
Yeah.
I think he's either 13 or 16 now. It's one of those. It's a multiple of 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, bless.
13
well, maybe they can do something. But yeah, that would have been good.
Yeah,
for him.
It
But I love him as 5.
Yeah, he's sick.
I love him as 5.
What I think it will work is if they got Damian Wayne in the movies now, and just have him be 16 instead of 10 from the jump.
Yeah.
But anyway,
yeah.
I digress. Season 1, episode 1 of the Umbrella Academy was
Season 2.
Yeah.
What did I say?
You said season 1.
But season 1 was though.
I know it was though.
We're talking
But
about
what
season
did
2.
you
Mad
think
fact.
about?
I was
What
speaking
season
mad
2?
facts, man. Don't play in front of our guests.
And I will say the ending was banging.
Yeah,
Like I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, I'm
Take
okay.
your word.
We're moving on, you know, from what they've done, and now we're moving on to something else. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. But again, like, go on.
Sorry, Ritu Arya. She was in Robots or Humans. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
I
there
thought
we
she
go.
looked familiar.
We know that, Isha.
I mean, I was a synth. I had an arc. I was dealing with my own shit. Okay. There was a lot going on for me as a synth in the background who you saw periodically through the seasons. Okay. I had a really nice arc actually. I gave myself a really good story, and it ended up panning out that way. And I was like, oh yay!
Nice.
Way for my little synth who none of the people paid attention to. You could have put me in the TV show. It was so good. Damn it. Anyway.
Yeah, I love that show, man.
Your time will come, Ish, man.
Anyway, yes, it will. I will be Storm. That's all I have to say. Okay?
Speaking of
Right.
Storm and coming from the land of Africa.
Uh-huh. We'll talk about, Disney debuts of Beyonce's, Lion King visual album. I will say,
Yeah.
it was amazing to watch.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that it's a visual album, people are saying it's a film, I'm like, it's a visual album. It's a beautiful visual album. You know what I mean? Aesthetically, the message that it's putting out in terms of looking at different cultures within Africa and giving them a platform, a proper platform, not like she's come over there with her Americanness and just brought Americanness to Africa. She's done her research. She's employed actual people from Africa, from Jamaica, from the Caribbean, from, all, different black people from different parts of the world.
Mm-hmm.
She's gone to those different parts of the world and she's just brought together the best of the best to put into this visual album. So on that basis, it's brilliant. Obviously, there's been a lot of flack. People have been like, African Americans are like, she didn't use any African Americans, and certain people from Africa are like, she didn't showcase, what we're really like. And I'm like, well, for me, I'm like, none of you, like I always say to people, I'm like, look, if you don't uphold the traditions of your country and their faiths, then, and people of the diaspora do, then you can't really say anything when people do it artistically either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? If I'm from the diaspora, and what's important to me is the traditions of Jamaican culture, Jamaican language, Jamaican food, you know what I mean? No Jamaican is going to come to me and be like, well, you're not, because you ain't doing it. You know what I mean? All right, fair enough, you speak the language because you're in Jamaica. But anything that's, being taught to you that's outside of the church, outside of Christianity, you know what I mean? You're a Christian before you're Jamaican half the time. And I think a lot of people in Africa are Christians before they're African. So it's like, if us, the diaspora, want to, preserve culture and heritage and legacy, you know what I mean? We're going to do the research and we're going to put on something. So we're going to do that.
Is that what, does that like kind of, does it show a lot of that culture and that what's the word?
Heritage,
yeah.
No, it does. Like, she's gone to like various parts of Africa, especially when it comes to like the Lion King, because obviously the Lion King, kind of represents.
I don't like that though. Why? What? So do they? Because I was actually watching Double Toasted, and they did a review on it as well, and he was talking about that. There's a lot of bits from the Lion King as well, as in like soundtracks from it.
But yeah, because it's like it's a visual album for the Lion King album, for the Lion King film.
For the Lion King
it's
film.
For the film.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's not that, and I think that's where people were like, oh, if she's doing the African thing, she's like, no, this is a visual album. So it's like when she did Lemonade.
What I thought she did, I thought she did the album for Lion King, And I thought that she got inspired while being out there, that she wanted to do her own project, and she went out there and done a new album, and all the tracks from this new album is what this whole video thing was. I didn't know it was the Lion King album thing.
Yes, because the story that the story she tells in there is more or less the Lion King, but with people.
Right. Okay.
So I'm like, I don't know why people are upset, because it's like, it's the Lion King.
I would have been see, that's upset me now. That's why I'm upset. Because I thought it was, I thought it was like just, I thought it was, like I said, just her own thing.
Yeah, I mean, like,
look at everybody. Look at we read comics over there.
What?
No, it's not you. It's not your fault. But you got played. You played yourself. No, you put.
I didn't do my research on it.
No, it's not that. It's like I'm speaking. I say things about people. Yeah. I'm like, I ain't supporting that. I don't check for these people. You guys want to go fast up yourself and check for these people, then get disappointed.
No, but my thing is, like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, it seems like she's pushing agendas and whatever, but I'm like, she's been smart of being like, all right, cool. I'm doing this kind of visual album for the story of the Lion King, because that's the main, like, thesis of what she's done.
That's probably how she got it on Disney Plus as well. Anyway,
exactly, because Disney would never take on a film by Beyonce about blackness. It's never gonna work. Do you know,
I didn't really think that deep about it. I just thought it's like, oh, so I thought it would have been like a fake. I mean, this is how the world works. I actually thought it was, so because she was a character in Lion King as well, wasn't she?
Yeah.
And she did the music, and I thought because she did the work for them, they're like, oh, you could make us a bit more, because this I don't know what the whole situation was with Hamilton as well, because obviously that's their own production, but I would have thought it was something like that, whereas she's worked for them and now they want to do a bit more work, so they allowed her to do the album and do this whole video thing. But for what you're saying, like why people are upset, I can understand why they're upset, maybe because they didn't do the research like I didn't do the research as well. But yeah, that's why I was, because when I was watching it on Double Toasted, he was saying that like that Lion King thing kind of, it took him out of it, because you get like quotes from Lion King and things like that, and I was like, why is she putting Lion King stuff in there? Because I was kind of working as well and listening to it, but
but it's mainly a visual album for the Lion King film. But what she's done that's smart is that
Moonwalker.
Exactly. She's also implemented the message of, like I was saying about Black heritage and legacy, of us as the diaspora are very interested and seek our heritage. You know what I mean? Because we're so far connected from it. So she's kind of used the light. Yeah, you and me both. Like, you know what I mean? She's used that. She's used the Lion King to be like, all right, cool. This is how I get on Disney Plus. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna put our blackness in there, because you know what I mean. Everybody when they were young, we saw the Lion King. We were like, I'm Nala, you're Simba, you're this Mufasa. You know what I mean? We were all like, these black people. You should have just made it in black. Yeah, you know what I mean? It should have just been black people. That's, you know what I mean? Everybody black was like, Nala was the first black princess, even though Kirara Cash was. But anyway, from Atlantis, I'm just letting everybody know.
No, did Atlantis come out after Lion King?
Did it?
Yeah, I'm sure it did.
Did it?
I'm sure it did. But I always judge movies on where I was living at the time, and I'm pretty sure Atlantis came out after. Sorry, anyway, you were saying.
But Kirara Cash was the first like human.
That
doesn't count. Yeah, but for me, it's just like, she's very aware that the diaspora are looking to be like, one, it's not alien for you to want to go to Africa. Or to those, to countries like the Caribbean, because there are heritage countries, you know what I mean? And it's making a point of, there are certain elements, there are certain symbols, there are certain things that have been demonized by Western culture that shouldn't be, because it's just part of our way of life. You know what I mean? When you watch the film, you're like, yeah, that's how we wear our hair. Like, there's a scene in there, like there's just like, I think there are 8 or 9 black men, and they're all in these like silk suits with silk red, like what do you call it? Not bandanas. What is it? The
do-rags? Not do-rags.
Do-rags, yeah.
Okay.
They've got like red silk do-rags on, and they're just sitting on the cliff by the sea. It's sick, but that's just how we are. You know what I mean? So she's just put elements of us as black people in there, and as well, she's done things where when she couldn't find certain black people from African countries who did certain things, you know, she went to the Caribbean. So there's a lovely scene where she's doing the synchronized swimmers, and all the synchronized swimmers from Jamaica, because Jamaica has a synchronized imagery. So you know what I mean? So it's like, it's just little things that people aren't used to seeing.
Kieran wants to watch it now. He's
feeling
upset. He's like, I don't want to support her though.
I can't.
Think of it like supporting Disney, because you're already paying for it.
You know what?
You're not paying $29.99 for it.
I might support it, but not because of her. Because I saw a post about it. Obviously, people who aren't melanated are mad. They're angry. And that's why I want to support. That's the only reason. I don't give a shit about her and nothing. For the
I mean, in some of the pieces, like, she's not like involved. It's just other people. Like, she's brought in other people to take precedence. You know what I mean? But again,
it's not a whole dancing music video as well, is it?
No, not at all. Like, some bits are just, you know, because obviously there's this little black boy who obviously is Simba,
right?
And, you know, and he's doing the journey. He's basically doing the journey. Like, I mean, he goes to meet the hyenas. He goes to like the kind of, the elephant graveyard, which is like a scrapyard, and these guys are on motorbikes and they've got like the horns. It's like, from that aspect, like, and I saw a meme when someone was like, when I have children, I'm going to tell the children that the blackest king is like, is the Lion King. You know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's, in terms of just imagery and positive, you know, like outlooks on black people, it's a beautiful piece. You know what I mean? Take Beyonce out of it, take the whole Lion King out of it. You can just, you know what I mean? You can just see the beauty of black people, and it's just like, wow, that was really nice. You know what I mean? You don't even have to equate it to it being Beyonce, even though she's in it. You can just watch it and be like, oh, that was actually really nice. I feel good. You know, I'm gonna go in the sun. I feel great. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's. I think a lot of people are putting way too much emphasis on it, and obviously they're not used to seeing Beyonce do something of this magnitude of blackness. So all the Christians are like, oh my God, she's now a demon because she's doing African faith and whatever. And it's just like, no, it's just, you can tell that she's like, she says it in as well, like a part of, I can't remember what song it is. She goes, I'm looking for my heritage that isn't so whitewashed. Yeah. And then she goes, I'm sorry for the other side of me, or something like that, to the effect of, because she knows it's like, I have the white ancestry and then I have the black ancestry, and she's like, I'm sorry for my white ancestry, but I'm looking more towards now my black ancestry.
Her parents were black.
They are, but like, I think because she's Creole, so she's got that French element and all of that, you know, Creole people, all of that stuff in there. So but for me personally, I'm a spiritual being. I'm just like, that was lovely. It was great, you know.
I'll give it a
good
watch.
About myself.
I'll watch the stupid thing, man.
Nice.
Me and Choco Cat are happy.
But I stand by my feelings of people and their bullshit and this cult, like, you know, if we don't, we will succeed. But you know, we'll have obstacles because of my views on people. I'm telling you.
So.
Kieran Best from the Source Wall. What do you think? Fuck out.
Tucho said, if anyone could convince Disney, Beyonce might be on the shortlist. So I think this was back when we was talking about her just making a music video and not
movie. Yeah. But
hey Tucho.
But yeah, hi Tucho. But yeah, if you get a chance to just watch it, I just think it's one of those things that it's just something to watch. You know what I mean? It's something pinnacle, like that's black that comes out. You might not like the person who did it, but just watch
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
No,
just watch
I
it.
know.
Yeah,
The Rodman,
don't.
the Rodman, you're all my kind of channel. Love it. Thank you, Rodman.
Woohoo!
Thank
Thanks,
you.
man.
We're here every
Whoever
Wednesday,
said that, thank you. That was
7-ish.
dope.
Yeah.
Every Wednesday, obviously UK London time, around 7:30ish.
Yeah,
You've
yeah.
got time to make yourself a coffee, go get a drink, come back. Like,
There you go.
by the time you do that shit, we'll be ready. But
There we
thank
go.
you. Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah.
Okay, our last review. So yes, there we go.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
that's it. That's the
Is that it?
yeah. Actually, I'll just say one quick thing. Gaming. If you're into gaming, you got to check out our friends, the Biz and Tones and Biz.
Tones and the
Tones
Biz.
and the Biz.
Put it in the
Sorry.
comments, Sean. Tell them.
Yeah, sorry. Tones and the
Hang on, we're gonna
Biz.
give you, Sean. We're gonna give you 60 seconds if you're still in the comments. Just write something in the thing, innit?
Yeah, man.
Tell the people in the comments.
So yeah, I don't want to really step on their shoes, but lately I've been playing Ghost of Shishimi,
Ooh.
and
Tsushima.
Shishima. Sorry. So I butcher everyone's name. So names, places,
I heard
everywhere.
it's a beautiful game.
It is.
I heard it's a
It is
beautiful game.
really good, man. It's sick.
Yeah.
I'm not great.
It's funny. I've seen.
For that game.
I saw a meme because there's a Western game that. Okay, so it's like Ghost of Tsushima. Is it Tsushima? Yeah. Shima. Sorry. Ghost of Tsushima. Sorry. So a Western company made Ghost of Tsushima, and then an Asian company made this Western game, and the meme was, "Well done on your Western game. It's really good. I really appreciate it." Well done on your Asian game. I really appreciate it. I was like, well done. Yay. See? When you do your research and you actually do things properly, things come out nice. So,
the game,
Ghost of Tsushima is lovely.
yeah, it's a dope game.
Yeah.
It looks good. It's just sick. It's really good. I was when you start the game, you can choose to play it in Japanese with English subtitles or English subtitles and stuff like that.
Look, he's like, I'm getting the game.
Yeah, I'm playing it English and English subtitles because I can't just. I just don't have the I play it on and off as well, so I'll be playing it and things will happen and I'll be doing something, but listening to it. You could change. You can change it to like cropped as well, and you can have it black and white if you want. You can change how it looks.
I heard there's a photography mode where you can if you're in like mid battle with someone, you could pause it and like take a professional picture of it.
Yeah.
And people have been doing that and framing them. Like I was fighting some guy and I kind of lost, but like I took a picture like when he was about to slice my head off.
Yeah, no, they got this standoff bit where you could you shout at them and one of them will come up to you and you're in your stance. And you just gotta wait until they move, but sometimes they do the
jerk thing.
Yeah, they just try and they don't go to attack you, but then when they go to attack you, you got to take your fingers off the button and you slash them. It's all in slow motion and it's good, man. It's dope. Good story as well.
Nice.
And it kind of follows I don't know, obviously it follows the history of what happened back then with the Mongols and Khans and all that. So yeah, it's good, man. It's dope. So just wanted to throw that in there as well before we move on.
Oh yeah.